We are live. We are live. Watch it not work after it's working. All right, I'm on my Rodecaster. The biggest problem people have with it is getting their DAW working with it in guitar effects. Well, at least with Reaper, I couldn't get it to work with when I have multi-track enabled in the Rodecaster. And when I had multi-track enabled, you can Reaper wouldn't see anything at all. There was nothing for Rodecaster in the audio preferences. But when I just keep it a standard thing where it's not using it's just using regular Rodecaster settings and not using the multi-tracking. But I have all the software. I installed all the software, the Osseo driver, the virtual driver, and I forgot what the other one was. It's the Rode Central, or it's called the Rode app now, which I don't use. I'm doing everything on the Rodecaster. Just in the last 2 days, I really dove deep, and I've been playing around. Started yesterday, the day before, playing around with the multi-track. And the weird thing is, and it was like when I would turn it off, it would start showing up the right way in Reaper. When I would turn it off in here, which didn't make any sense. But it says I do have multi-track enabled, but I'm afraid to go back in here. I don't want to mess something right on the unit itself, which is right here. Oh, it's right there. You can see it right there. And like you can hear my effects, I think. Yeah. And before, when I was just using just a stereo track before I enabled multi-track, I could use everything. I could do a live stream. I just couldn't use Reaper. When I would use Reaper before it was working, before I enabled multi-track, no, I couldn't use any other audio program. In other words, if I opened up, a browser in Chrome, you can hear any audio, or Audacity, and any other audio program would not work. And like I said, I had the virtual driver installed. It wouldn't work. But within itself, Reaper and my guitar effects, the Helix Native, it worked fine. Just doing stuff in there, but I couldn't do anything else. Like if I opened up OBS, just nothing would work. And I saw them reading, and they don't tell you crap on the Rodecaster site. They say do this, do that. But one guy, I think it was on a Reddit forum I saw, he said uninstall the Osseo drive. Well, actually, I had to reset Reaper and deleted a couple things, to start off scratch, and then uninstall, reinstall the Rode Osseo driver, which I did. And when you uninstall it and install it, it's given a path, and it's using the C program files, whatever. But it's naming Rodecaster, but it has the R and the O. It's got that, the icon. Rodecaster uses the O. This is what I read it. Somebody said delete that and put a regular O in there. I did it. I don't know if it worked or not, but and then I started playing multi-track again. It still wasn't quite working right. Not right. And it was like when I would disable it on the Rodecaster, and then it would start showing up. It's like 16 inputs you can record, and then I could get it to show up when I did that. And I guess I didn't. I thought I disabled it, but I didn't. But anyway, so I started playing, and then I think a lot of times when you do these changes, you gotta reboot whatever. And I had the computer off all day. I did this yesterday, and so today I said I want to see if I can get it working in OBS, and I got it to work in OBS without doing anything. I'm seeing tutorials, but I'm just doing it how I would normally do it, and it's working. And now it's working in here. I have my chat selected for the audio in here, and I think you can hear. I'm going to pick up my guitar, and I'm gonna pay. Actually, gonna play with a backing track and see how it records. And I am doing this live, but it's unlisted. But if everything works, I'm gonna make it public. So I'm assuming you can hear the guitar. So I'm going to go ahead and mute my mic, and I'm going to play with the backing track and see what happens. Let me mute my mic. Well, hopefully I was heard, and we shall see. So this is just a little test, and I know one person's going to be happy that it's going to work, because I went through this diatribe with Charles yesterday, saying that there's no way you can get Reaper working in a live stream with the Rodecaster. I was saying it's impossible. I mean, I could do it with the other, my other computer, and getting the audio out of the other interface into here, and you don't have no problems going on inputs and stuff like that. But I want to do it directly from the computer itself, and hopefully it's working. I'm going to play it back, and you'll know if I post it up there. You will see it. So it's like, what time is it? It's like 4:47 in the morning, in the AM. I was on here last night for hours, and just to try to get the multi-track thing working, and I did, and I'm not sure what made, like I said, I uninstalled the OSIO drive, reinstalled it, and I played around. I had to reset Reaper, but it might have been the OSIO driver that did it, because before you couldn't. Well, I got Reaper. I'm coming through Reaper, and my mics, everything you're hearing is going through. Well, the guitar and the mic's going through Reaper, but all the sound, the sound effects is coming through the Rodecaster. And so I'm not sure if reinstalling the OSIO driver did it, because before, when I'm using Reaper, like I was saying, I couldn't use any other audio program, and now it's working. Nothing will work. And if I'm using Reaper and my Helix Native, my guitar effects, I could open up. Actually, it would kind of crash. It would open up Chrome. It just would not run. It just couldn't play any audio. It's error message or any other audio. But since I did that, everything seems to be working now. So, and I don't want to mess with anything because it's working. All right. See you guys. See you, ladies and gentlemen. And hopefully I can post this video. Good night, everybody.